everyone, I am Lycie and I'd like to present to you the facts and the evolution of a frog. Frog is the common name for a species of amphibian that also includes toads. A very common question is, what is the difference between toads and frogs? The answer is none, except for the fact that toads lack the powerful legs that frogs have. One might ask, where can frogs and toads be found? They live in all parts of the world except for Antarctica, but are mostly found in tropical areas. Frogs are small animals with smooth, moist skin and big eyes that can see in almost any direction, and are among the most diverse animals in the world with more than 6,000 species. So let's hop on into the tiny world of these amphibians and learn about the evolution of frog. This is the age of the oldest ever hagfish, which is currently the oldest known ancestor of frogs. It also looks like a monster from a serial killer's nightmare. Hagfish of the class Myxini and the other Myxiniforms are ill-shaped, snake-producing marine fish. This is a dipnoid, an ancient relative of frogs and salamanders. They are the group of circulatory giant fish and are commonly known as the lungfish. Their lung is a modified sweet bladder, which in most fish is used for buoyancy and swimming, but in the lungfish also absorbs oxygen and removes waste. Eudorhinus. An evolution of lungfish began to populate land. Eudorhinus was a particularly large predator that had a most alike body. This body, which featured limbs severely reduced in physical size, was an adaptation to swimming and hunting in Carboniferous. This is Sagerobatrachus, an ancestor of frogs. This animal is, as far as we know, when frogs and salamanders began to split apart. The discovery of a frogomander that links modern frogs and salamanders may resolve a long-standing debate about amphibian ancestry. Canadian scientists said, with fused ankle bones as seen only in salamanders, a wide frog-like skull, and a backbone that resembles a mix of two. This is Sagerobatrachus, an ancestor of the frog that is very closely related to a modern frog. It is one of the earliest frogs to appear in the fossil record. So primitive is the Sagerobatrachus that this frog has only substantially more vertebrae. This is a Varela, which is almost identical to modern-day frogs. Varela is an extinct genus of frog from the Jurassic Roca formation of Argentina, and the oldest true frog known. It was very similar to modern-day frogs. This is a modern-day frog, Anura, also called Salentia. It includes the frogs and toads, which because of their wide distribution, are known by most people around the world. The name frog is commonly applied to those forms with long legs and smooth, mucus-covered skins, toad being used for a variety of robust, short-legged anurans, especially with those rough skins. I'll tell you the correction about the misconception. Evolution did not cause organisms to improve life to gotten better over time, as the whole idea of progress doesn't make sense when it comes to evolution. Climate change, river shift course, new competitors invade an organism with traits that are beneficial in one situation may be poorly equipped for survival when the environment changes. Evolution is observable and testable, but it is limited to controlled experiments. Yet, the study of the evolutionary history of life on Earth, and as the matter of fact, certain processes of evolution are studied by direct experiments as well as in more familiar studies. Gaps in the fossil record prove evolution, as it is very uncommon for an organism of becoming a fossil. The remnants of species have actually break down in some instances and have not been preserved well enough to fossilize. So science currently assumes that there would be gaps in the records with certain evolutionary changes. Natural selection do not involve organisms trying to adapt. Simply, natural selection eventually occurs from genetic variation in the population and the fact that some of these variants will be able to leave more offspring than the other variants in the next generation. Either an individual has genes that are good enough to survive and reproduce, or it does not. It can get the right genes by trying. The process of natural selection, which results in adaptation, features of organisms should suit the environment in which the organisms live. That's all. Thank you for your attention. Hope you learned a lot. Bye!